up, right on, writers, and welcome to the Books by Adrian Author platform. I am your host, Adrian Santiago, and this is Write the Damn Story. The whole concept of this show is, if you've been on AuthorTube for more than 15 minutes, you know that a lot of folks share writing advice, and they tell you how to write stuff, and by the end of their video, you're like, that's great, but how do you actually do it? And that's what this is all about. We're gonna write the damn story. On the first episode, we brainstormed and thought dumped. On the second episode, we outlined. And on today's episode, we are going to actually write the damn story. To do so, I have two co-writers who are going to be joining me. First up, we have El Señor Martín Lejeune.
You said my name right for the first time. That's wonderful.
I pronounced it in Spanish, so I guess that means you're Latin.
Yeah. I am co-author of these books, which are selling like hotcakes if you fancy reading some sci-fi. Book 1 is $2.99 on Kindle now. Well, hey. Book 2 also exists. Books so interesting that a quick pitch cannot hold Adrian's attention.
Well, you showed your book, and I realized I didn't show my book. Everybody, go pick up this motherfucker. It's 99 cents as an ebook, and it's a ridiculous $6.99 if you buy paperback. I would appreciate it if you did, but honestly, the ebook is more than enough for me. Go get it. There's a link in the description down below. I hope. And third, but certainly not least, my brother from another mother, Señor Mike DeFrench. What's up, dude? Mike? Oh no, you lost your audio again. Help, Mike, help.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can, yes. All right, introduce yourself to the people.
This webcam is kind of crap, so I might have technical difficulties throughout. But
that's all right. You're talking to the guy with the worst fucking Wi-Fi on the planet, so that's fine. You go ahead.
I don't have my books to hold up, but I write a ongoing series of short story collections called Amphetamine Daydreams. The books themselves, the paperbacks are really cool because I took a lot of time and a lot of learning formatting stuff to set them up in the vibe of old school pulp magazines. So it's double column and like serialized novels and stuff throughout them, and lots of weird AI art illustrations and like fake strange ads and just lots of fun in them. And they also include a QR link that if you scan with your phone, it has like a supplemental story that takes place in a text-based adventure, like choose your own adventure on your phone, which those are fun to make, but they take a lot more time than writing a story.
I like it. Sounds awesome. I'm going to check that out. Right on. Let's say hi to the people in the comments. First up, RC Scott is showing everyone that he knows I love boobs. Richard, Britishing up our title. That's cool. Martin is in there. Hello, cool gamer. Welcome. You're showing your book. Well, my book is better. I didn't say that out loud. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome. All right, y'all.
I do find it odd. I've seen Cool Gamer on a couple of streams, and no one has ever called for their credentials. I do wonder if they're not like a proper, nerdy gamer who just plays, those dweeby MMORPGs.
Are you suggesting he might not be cool, or he might not be a gamer?
Well, it seems something of an oxymoron.
I don't even know if it's a he or she. Does it? Nerds are cool now, man.
Maybe he's just saying like temperature wise. From Alaska. Cold gamer.
That could very well be the case. You might be on.
They game so much that they've got like a liquid cooling system
in their body.
Papa Sauce is here. Right on. Yeah. Thank you for reading the newsletter. I shared some personal stuff in that one. If you're interested, sign up for my newsletter. And it's too late yet. I already sent it out. Whatever. Should I even talk about it on here? Like, No, right?
I mean, maybe we should talk about marketing copy going forward. But you certainly showed your vulnerabilities, which is a good. It can be a good technique.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't often do that. I just felt like this time was appropriate.
Adrian ran out of money and someone threatened him, which is the wrong way round. If you're going to threaten someone, wait for like Dickie's got.
Those two things are
he's
not
probably rolling
connected.
in it.
Those two things are not connected. The money issue and the getting a gun pulled on me at work issue are two very separate things.
But knowing who your editor is, I'm surprised that they're making you pay up front.
No, don't be, because my book is a big fat book, and if said editor is going to be putting in the kind of work that I want said editor to be putting in, I damn sure better be paying. That's how I feel about it. Anywho, the sauce is here. What's up, Papa Sauce?
My face is frozen on me like picking my nose. Come on.
It's really more of a scratch than a pick, from what I can tell.
I was just like rubbing my mustache or something. The lack of a mustache there.
Yeah, speaking of which, I was like trimming up my thing, and then my clip fell off, and I went, and then I had to like take it all off, and it's just barely growing back now. For a while there, I looked very, very Amish with like no mustache and just full beard. Richard's new book, Price War, is out and about. Go get that shit. It's apparently awesome. I haven't read it yet. He wrote it all by you did write it all by yourself, didn't you?
And you can tell.
What does that mean, Martin? Okay. I was about to make a joke about Mike being R.C. Scott, but never mind. He's gone.
What I mean by that is everyone sits on the settee and goes to get faggots and chips.
Excuse me? In America, it's cigarettes. You need to be careful with that shit, man.
No, pork faggots are something very different. But,
dude, yeah. I can't handle you dropping that. I was like, whoa.
There's a very popular brand called Mr. Brains.
That's fine, I guess.
Dickie will explain it all in the chat, don't worry.
Who's Dickie? He prefers Richard.
Oh, so now he is getting behind the idea of going with how people choose to identify.
Papa Sauce, you came to the right place. We're going to be hitting some sprints up during this episode because me and my co-hosts are going to be writing, so you can get your writing done along the way. It's going to be excellent. I ate some fried chicken before the show, and I'm like picking chicken bits out of my teeth. It's fucking disgusting. So I'm sorry if you see me. Also, I don't know why I'm cursing so much today. It just feels right.
You've had a lot of stress to be getting on with, it must be said.
I have. I need a hug. Somebody hug me. All right, y'all. So here's the deal. I have here the outline for our story. It is separated into 3 acts because there are 3 of us, and we shall be writing an act each. Martin has volunteered for the first act. Mike has volunteered for the final act, and so I will be taking the middle. Let's go over the outline one more time before we get started, all right? In the setup of the story, we have Yoshi, a hacker in his late teens, early 20s, targets his favorite author, whose latest book is massively delayed. He finds the manuscript, but decides not to read it. The author posts a blog about the manuscript that piques Yoshi's interest. He reads the manuscript and is so furious about the death of his favorite character that he decides to start haunting the author by way of his smart house. The hacker haunting the author, causing mayhem in the second act here. He uses the author's smart house to create the illusion of a haunting. The author becomes fed up with the haunting and hides out in his dead room, where the hacker cannot get to him. This infuriates Yoshi, who takes it too far when he deletes the manuscript altogether. The author finds Yoshi's call sign on his computer, a speckled egg, where his manuscript should have been. And he posts a blog explaining that his manuscript had been deleted by a hacker, but that he had a backup in his dead room. Yoshi then, in the third act, breaks into the author's home intent on deleting the backup copy in the dead room. But upon entering, he discovers the author's dead room is actually a torture room for his victims. The author was waiting there for him and proceeds to put Yoshi through unimaginable torture. In the end, before he dies, Yoshi realizes where his favorite author gets all his ideas for how to kill off his characters. Dun dun dun! Does that sound more or less like what we agreed upon last week, gentlemen?
Yeah.
We are all in agreement with this outline, which I wrote about 10 minutes ago. Yes?
Sounds about right, yeah.
We're very good at this.
Well, we're going to find out. Cheers to you guys. I have a lovely little glass of wine here. It's not in a wine glass because I'm ghetto like that. But it's going to be a fun time. There's a bug in here. Great. How unprofessional am I? All right. You've been traumatized. A little cursing is fine. Well, to be frank, it being the third time that such an event has happened to me, I honestly, it honestly barely affected me this time. And that's probably what disturbs me the most, is the fact that the first two times that it happened in my life, I was left afterwards with jitters and I was like shaking and everything. And this time I was cool as a cucumber after the dude left. I was just like, yep, same shit as always. Right? Right. All right, y'all.
Those space shuttle pilots, eh, Dickie?
What? Oh, I don't drive the shuttle anymore. That was like a year ago. Mike doesn't even know that reference. It's been a long time. All right, y'all. Here we go. How do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want to all write on the same document, or would you like to have separate pages and then combine it together later? What are we feeling?
Probably best that we do it separately and combine it.
Okay, so here's what I suggest. Should I share this outline with you guys so that you can
please.
Look? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and send out an email right quick here. Here we go. To Mike, DeFrench, and Martin Lejeune. Outline. All right. Forgive the dead air as I do this.
Oh, it's going to be an episode of it.
Not true, because
we can
talk
need like some sports style. We need some sports style commentators to come on and be like, so what we have here is Adrian typing out a sentence. He will be initiating the second act break.
Very impressive. They decided to go with the omniscient opening. Not many people would do that here, but pulling punches right out of the gate. I like the aggressive.
You know what? I like it. I like it. We should do that. All right.
Since I am writing the last part, I will be asking you guys questions.
Absolutely.
Quite a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah, because character descriptions and all that stuff is probably going to come from Martin. We haven't even named the author, so that's going to come down on Martin to do so as well. Why can't
to add a slight element of for the watching audience, we may not answer honestly.
That is
no, we will. Don't worry.
All right, gentlemen, I have officially sent the document. You both have editing permissions on it. Go nuts. All right, let's pull up a sprint here. Oh, now, if each of you would open up a document and then go ahead and share your screens with me. I don't know how many screens we can have up at one time, but we're about to find out. I'm going to remove
if anyone
that.
in the chat wants to name the author, go ahead and post a name, and we use it.
Excellent way to keep people engaged. Let's have some names in the chat, and we'll pick a favorite. All right. Right on. This is exciting. We're going to write a fucking story today. All right. Also, my wife and kids are all out of the house, which is also why I'm being very boisterous and rude. All right. So it looks like we can do one at a time. So I will switch back and forth between us as we go to catch glimpses of everybody's process. All right, all right. I'm going to
See, I'm the only one using dark mode. I don't know how you guys stand all the bright light.
I use light mode on my desktop computer, but on my phone is constantly on dark mode. Like I exclusively on dark mode on my phone. Absolutely all of it. All right, here we go. I have mine as well. All right, and I'm going to title this "The Dead Room Act 2." Alrighty, Roo. Let's share that screen. Boom, boom, and boom. All right. All right. So I'm going to have Martin's up first since he is writing the beginning of the story. We're going to get a sprint timer going up here as well. Oh, I know how to do that. I'm going to be a little...
occurs to me I'm now going to have to write on my second monitor over here like this.
Do whatever you got to do, bro. Be comfortable. Maybe Rule number one for writing is be comfortable. That's nice.
Oh, okay. Let me just...
just strip. It's like, oh, well, since you insist. All right. Okay, here's what I'm...
Is that your impression of me? It was pretty spot on.
As good as my Slowpoke Rodriguez?
I've never actually heard the original to compare.
Oh, really? Well, then my impression was wasted on you then.
It was. There was a Facebook group on for newsletters, and someone mentioned it. I'm like, I have to share that fact.
All right, here we go. So this is going to be the third. All right. Just getting a sprint timer up. All right. I'm thinking we do 20-minute sprints and 10-minute breaks in between. Sound good, everybody?
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
So we all go simultaneously during the 20-minute sprints, right?
Yes, sir. Okay. I will throw that up on the screen.
It's madness. It'll never work.
Am I the only one who got that? Oh, I know. I'm like, why am I hearing everything echo? It's because I opened another window here, like a dummy. All right, let me see here. All right, you know what? I'm not going to shift the timer because it takes away from my...
We have like a live timer up in the left corner that we could just like start right at 20.
That's fair enough. All right. There, the echo is gone finally. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to have the timer running on my own screen, and I'll just let you guys know when we start and when we stop. Yes, Martin?
Is there a word count goal we're looking for the overall story?
The overall story, the ultimate goal is 10K. That might be unrealistic, but it would come down to about 3K each. Just write the hell out of it, and whatever we end up with, we end up with. All right, I'm gonna share this. Okay, cool. All right, Martin.
We don't have a we don't have a name for the protagonist other than Yoshi, do we?
Yeah, I figure we can just call him Yoshi. You know, as his alias. That's good enough for me. If you writing the setup, if you come up with a name for him, just let us know and we'll follow suit. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Richard is asking if there's going to be fucking in this story. I'm sure he's asking that because I'm perverted like that.
Actually, in fairness, he's not.
I can't see that
He's
coming up in
things,
the story.
That is not one of them.
All right.
What season is it right now?
We are still in. We're still in winter, aren't we?
Don't you guys
I mean,
consult
what's
with a
the
gopher
setting
or
of it?
something?
I'm sorry.
No. Like in the story, context of the story.
Oh, Martin.
Now.
Okay. So like late winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The changing of the seasons from winter to spring. All right.
Right. Keep wanting to just freak out and go like second person present tense, but I won't.
That's actually a great question. Are we all doing third person past tense?
Yeah, I'm third person past tense limited view.
I was.
That's what I'm doing.
He was. Ah.
I am as well. I was as well.
Do we have a name for the author?
Martin?
Not yet.
I'll put a placeholder whenever you think of it. Just let me know.
Cool. We haven't gotten anything in the chat yet.
Richard George.
Richard George it is. Listen to those keys clacking. Authors at work. All right. I don't know about you guys, but the music's getting a little bit distracting, so I'm going to change it to a softer one.
I was gonna say I need like creepy stuff for my part.
I don't know if this counts as creepy, but it's at least a little bit lower and darker. Not by much. It's interesting hearing the differences in our typing. Feels like one of us is very aggressive on the keys.
I've got a new keyboard. It's all lovely flat keys. Right.
Dick Spradley. That's fine.
What's the funniest initials?
Sorry?
What would be the funniest initials?
Funniest initials? BS.
FU?
BS,
That's what I was gonna
FU.
say.
Yeah.
PU.
Oh, sorry, you're writing. I'll be quiet.
BJ.
BJ, that's a good one.
People keep using those unironically. But you see TV credits and it's like BJ so and so, and you're like, really? Did no one stop that?
Maybe his name is Billy Joe. Dave Pitcher, DP. How do you spell Ottoman?
No.
OTTOMAN?
Oh, wow. I guessed correctly. Thank you.
How are we looking on time?
We are 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Went by a lot quicker than I thought it would. 1 minute, 30 seconds, gentlemen. And that is time. All right.
All right.
We're going to take a little 10-minute
All right.
break, talk things out. How'd everybody do? Let's get some word counts going.
I am sitting at 829.
You madman. How? Okay, let me see what I got. I'm at 456. How's that? Martin?
444.
That sounds about right. Mike, how are you doing this? You're making us look bad.
Just didn't stop typing.
Yeah, I noticed. Well done, well done. Chat.
Also, I'm writing a really, really fun part, so.
I know, you chose the best part, you dick. Actually, I'm having a lot of fun too, because mine is the haunting. Chat, if you are joining us in writing, please let us know how you are doing. What kind of challenges are we running into, guys? Have we? I just ran with Martin's suggestion of Richard George because it's funny.
I did Richard George too, for sure.
Okay, good.
And yeah, I'm just kind of running with it.
Yeah.
I know that I'm writing with the knowledge that much of it will have to be adjusted, because I just kind of built the house itself, and I don't know if you guys have described his house at all. Mine, could be much different. I'm trying not to go into high details of the interior outside of the dead room, but I did describe the exterior, and I just kind of went with what was giving me a sort of a creepy, suspenseful vibe to it.
Right on. Right on. Sounds good. Now, Martin, being that you're kind of setting things up, how much description are you putting into that, and what kind of
A
things do you think we
lot.
should be aware of in order to keep up with it?
Hey, I'm gonna
Mine's
run
sort of-
to the bathroom really fast while we're on this break.
Go
I'll
for
be
it,
right
Mikey.
back, guys.
No problem.
Mine's sort of all in computer hacker land, so we're not really seeing much of where he is. We're just sort of getting an idea, but I'm doing it in a really cool way.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as it's a really cool way. Transcriber says he's probably misspelling every second word. I'm editing the first chapter of my novel, so I'm removing almost as many words as I'm typing. And I know that life. I know that life. Right on. Okay. I like it. I dig it. I dig it. I like it. Let me turn the music down just a little
I'm
bit here.
really worried that Mike's taking this too seriously and has just set up a load of spooky things to go off whilst we're not expecting him.
Hey man, he's a horror writer, so I fully expect him to go ham on this. It's all good. See, with me, we're in my act. We're watching Yoshi, do his little hacker thing and making things happen in the home, and we're watching Richard react to the things that are happening to him. And we know that Richard is experiencing it as something of a haunted house, but ultimately, it's fun for me anyway. As thinking of myself as the reader, it's fun to just see this kind of nonsense happening. But things are going to get really dark by the end.
No, this is fun. I'm sort of trying to come up with names of all the, not just use the typical social media names that will get us sued.
Oh sure, yeah. Well, I mean, we're using Yoshi and colored eggs, so I think that ship has sailed. Keep in mind, both of you, that we'll be editing this next week, so have fun, do what you do, and next week the idea is to edit these things so that it feels more cohesive and like one voice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got 5 minutes left on our little break.
I'm back. I don't know. Can't see my screen or my camera still.
Yeah, your camera's been frozen on you for a little while, but that's fine. I mean, the writing feed is more important during this particular episode, so that's all good. I was just reminding Martin that we're going to be editing this thing next week, so by all means, write however you like to write. Don't worry too much about whether or not your details will line up, because that's what next week is for. We're going to edit it together into something more cohesive and more one voice. So go nuts. Cool. We have 4 minutes left in this break. All right. How's everybody in the chat feeling? Richard Holiday Richard said that Mike, that you're using AI to write that much.
I am an AI.
Yeah.
Did Mike pass the Turing test?
I haven't conducted one. I might have to.
I don't think I could. I could not convince you through chat that I am a human.
Oh.
Now with your screen
Mike,
frozen
quick
like
question.
that.
You're walking through a desert and you see a turtle lying on his back.
Stomp on it, clearly.
Does it provide any benefit to me to help the turtle at all? Or am I programmed to flip turtles back over? I got a couple of things preventing me from doing it.
Papa Sauce says he's doing good, writing about a couple of crime boys. Crime boys. I look forward to hearing more about that, Papa Sauce.
The title
Cool
of
name,
that
by the way.
story should be Crime Boys, but BOIS. The Crime Boys.
Boys!
Or the
All right,
Crime
yo.
Bros.
Bros. Come on, bro. All right.
Let's go rob a bank, bro. All right, bro. Sounds cool,
All right,
bro.
Yeah, totally, bro. Boom, boom,
I don't know if I could rob a bank. Bro, are you my bro or not?
If we bros, we rob together, bro.
Yeah, bro.
How long can we keep this going?
I can go all day, all day.
Oh, yeah, AI. I remember now. Alrighty, Roo. Boom, bum, 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 bum. All right. We have 2 minutes left, so we're going to get started in a sec here. Let's see.
I would say also something that is helping me to write fast is that I have the exact destination of where I want to go to. I took me a second to find my starting point, but then it's just moving straight to from A to B, and that helps my mind go into just keep moving closer and closer to that scene.
You're explaining why it's better to be an outliner than it is to be a pantser.
I do this pantsing, especially for short stories. My method is to think of the entire short story as a single scene. It's generally more than a single scene, but
Obviously.
thinking of it like that just helps me, you kind of like when you're getting towards the end of a big chapter or the end of your book, you tend to write a lot faster than in the beginnings, and especially the middles for me are always slower. So having that, idea of get to this just helps me go really fast. But I guess outlining, you would always have that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, y'all. At a minute left, I think we're good to get started again. What do you guys think?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Oh, yes.
All right, 20 minutes on the clock. I almost made it 2 hours. 20 minutes on the clock. And 3, 2,
And this is our
1.
second of 3, yeah?
Yes. Go. I recently installed, Grammarly, since I may end up editing or proofreading my novel on my own. So it's catching all my little mistakes, and it's kind of nice to just edit as you go. I like it.
Good. I picked up Pro Writing Aid before Christmas, and I really need to sit down and have a play with it.
Yeah, let me know how that goes, and if you think it's better than Grammarly. I mean, just having the extension on my browser is pretty cool because, no matter what I'm doing, it's always editing for me. It's pretty cool.
I think Richard just ran his book through it.
Pro Writing Aid is better, says Richard Holiday. All right. Have you tried both, Richard?
Is repaste not a word? Like repacing your steps?
Retracing your steps.
Retracing, thank you. That's what I meant.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what are the types of locks that school kids use on their lockers?
Those combination locks?
Combination?
Yeah, combination
Yeah.
locks. Yeah. Richard suggests padlock as well.
Padlock, yeah, that would be a good one. I think that fits better.
I just stumbled upon in my writing here is that Yoshi is mad at George for killing his favorite character. George might be confused as to, if Yoshi says, hey, you killed him, George might be thinking of the real people that he's killed, and Yoshi has no idea. He thinks he's talking about the character.
That's a good idea, too. I like that.
Which really makes Richard panic, because he thinks somebody knows.
Not you, Richard. The one in the story.
Oh, you're safe, Richard Holiday. You are safe. For now.
Richard Holiday's never safe. Oh, hey, Nia, victim of fiction.
Hello. Welcome. We're writing the damn story.
Has anyone said what his books are about?
No.
Nope. No.
Because I'm kind of going with epic fantasy.
That's
fine.
what I was imagining.
Yeah, same.
Cool.
By our points in the story, that part has kind of happened already, so I don't foresee bringing that up. But maybe, I don't know. We got 12 minutes. What was
When I'm
that?
writing on my own, this takes much longer.
Right? When you got that clock ticking, man, gotta get those words
have
in.
a clock ticking.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to write like we're running out of time.
How's the writing going? It's going well, Nia. Thank you for asking. It's happening now. Also, Mike gets credit for setting his first line indents correctly at the start of this.
It's like reflex.
Richard is a stickler for format.
This
You
still
don't
isn't proper
format till the end,
manuscript
Dickie.
format. But
Yeah, we
I
still have
didn't
to edit later. We can fix it later. Indents. It's all about story. Who cares about indents?
Oh, you're so dense, Dickie.
There you go, Richard. That's specially for you.
Oh, shit.
Proper manuscript format.
Oh, shit. Oh, here, I'll show it. Boom. Oh, that looks nice. Very nice. Hey, Mike, where did you put the entrance to the dead room?
Down a nondescript hall, and it was down a different hall than he'd expected it to be based off of the surveillance footage. So it was like a little bit of a loophole.
Hidden
it's sort of
entrance?
Yeah.
Bookshelf?
Mm-mm. It's like a creepy looking basement door with lots of locks on it.
Copy. Eight minutes. Richard says Martin is using the screenplay typewriter font. I think he finds this interesting of you, Martin.
Well, it's Courier, which is often what manuscripts are set in. He's not the formatting expert he passes himself off as.
Damn.
There you go, Dickie. Garamond!
Vindictive. Petty. I love it. Just under 4 minutes. All right, 1:30, gentlemen. 15 seconds. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. That's it. That's time. Hands off your keyboards. 10-minute rest begins now. So I doubled my word count at just under 900, and I have hit all of the beats that I wanted to hit. And now for this next sprint, I believe I'm going to go in and fill in the descriptions a little more and all that kind of good stuff. How about you guys? How'd you do? Martin, you're muted.
Oh my God, I'm such an Adrian.
How dare you?
Currently at 786, but sort of whereabouts that I want to be. They've just he's gone into his computer and found the manuscript and decided that he is better than just reading it, and he's about to find the blog post.
Right on. How about you, Mike? How you doing?
We're looking at 1647 word
You
count.
bastard.
And I am right at the nice fucked up ending that I'm gonna do.
I love it. Can't wait to read
How
it.
many books do you put out a year, Mike?
I go through, so I'm not like consistent. I insanely productive for short bursts.
Same.
But you know, last year I put out.
I put out last night. Sorry. Go ahead.
Three short story collections, and I have one novel done, but it's not published yet, and I'm like 30 to 20,000 words away from the end of the sequel of that. It's supposed to be a trilogy, so I wanted to have the second one done before I published the first one.
What's your total word count on each of those novels, give or take?
They tend to be around 80 to 90,000.
It's a nice spot.
And then same for the short story collections. They kind of are around like 70, 80,000. Normally more towards the 70.
Right on. Yeah, my first novel came out at just under 150K, and the second one is going to be even bigger.
My problem is I don't have the attention span, I get bored fast. So it's way better if I write as fast as I can if I want to get something longer done, because
Sure.
I will get bored and just kind of like stop writing it. And that's the worst.
That's part of why I like writing ensemble casts, because it's kind of impossible for me to get bored. If I'm bored with one particular storyline, first of all, it means that the reader's going to be bored too. So I take a break from that storyline. I switch over to a different one, do that until I get tired and bored of that, and I just keep switching it up. When I go back to something that I stopped, then I have the opportunity to look at it with fresh eyes again and kind of beef it up, make it more interesting.
Yeah, it is really fun. The first like major project that I did after doing like tons of short stories was the trilogy that was just talking about, and it had kind of an ensemble cast.
Nice.
But it, as a pantser, it tended to just complicate it endlessly. So it was originally only supposed to be like 60 to 80,000 words single novel. And now it's a trilogy of around 80,000 word novels, just because it ballooned way beyond what I thought it would be.
Very nice. I meant to introduce everybody to Mr. Miyagi, but I forgot to do that last time. Check this motherfucker out. Isn't he cool?
It's sweet.
It's my new
I
baby.
killed my last bonsai.
I did as well, but I bought this bonsai from a very cool dude named Bonsai Dave, and he explained that the reason my last one died was probably because I kept it indoors. Even giving it sunlight through the window, the AC dries it out. And so apparently what he recommends is putting it outside for a full day, 3 to 4 times a week. And then he also explained like how to water it properly and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm hoping that I do a much better job of this one and don't kill this poor little guy. Next up, I want to learn about the pruning, because I don't, you watch Karate Kid and Mr. Miyagi is all like, just make it like the picture in your head. And I'm like, yeah, but how do I know that that's a good picture? But he's a cute little guy. I like him. I'm going to refill my water. Sorry?
Did we have anything in the notes from last week about the blog post that gets Yoshi all pent up enough to go in and decide to kick up?
My only assumption is that the blog post has to do with announcing that a fan favorite character might be meeting his end or something like that, but not being specific as to which character, prompting the interest in Yoshi to actually check it out and see. And then upon realizing it's his favorite character, he just fucking loses it. Transcriber is a plantser. Makes a plan, throws out the plan soon after starting, and then makes a new plan. When he writes himself into a corner. Transcriber, are you a he or a she? I apologize. I keep saying he, but I don't actually know that. I don't want to be rude. All right, y'all. I'm going to go get a fresh glass of water, and I'll be right back. We have 3 minutes left. 3.5 minutes left.
This is a very militant schedule.
Indeed it is. Crack the whip. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
If I have plans, I will very much throw them out as soon as the characters go a different way and try to readjust.
Is there anything you took from your later books in your trilogy and put in earlier, or use stuff from later when you redrafted?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. There was some things that happened in the second book that needed some foreshadowing in the first one that I went back and kind of like added little hints, little stuff like that.
I made a point not to publish book 1 until we had like a draft of book 3, and there wasn't really much that we actually went back and sort of introduced earlier.
What I find amazing as a pantser is that I will foreshadow things that I get to in book 2 that I didn't know it was foreshadowing in book 1. It just sort of, I subconsciously remember it, and then it goes into, the next book as I'm writing it. And then if I review, I'm like, wow, that kind of like perfectly foreshadowed, this character arc or this plot point. But
yeah, there's definitely been characters where we sort of noted something we wanted to happen, and then we went, oh, if that was this guy, that would work really nicely and make it look like we had a plan all along. And just little ways to introduce things like that.
Yeah, I love doing stuff like that. Little tweaks that just kind of bring everything back together. And so, like, when I do pants, I don't, I write all, like, if I was writing this whole story, I would be going back and changing, acts 1 and 2 constantly. Generally, my first, like, paragraph, by the time I'm done, ends up on, like, page 3.
Yeah.
Like
I've definitely done that before.
Always going back and tweaking.
We don't really like plan the whole series out. We kind of have broad strokes, a direction we're going in, but we'll break each book down as we write it. So it's we'll know that book, but then not be locked into the next book just yet.
Yeah.
I've spoken to other authors who've like tried planning out like a 6-book series only to find they've gone off in a completely different direction.
And yeah, that's what happens to me if I go too in depth on any sort of planning. I had to go in knowing that this stuff is going to change, and so I shouldn't put that much time and energy into the planning if it's just going to be thrown out. But there is a comfort in having a direction that definitely increases the speed of when you sit down. You're not like staring at a blank page going, what the hell am I writing this time? You kind of like know exactly where to go.
And that's time. I actually made it. I took a pee break while I was at it, and it went a little too long. All right. Last
proper streamers
sprint.
have a bottle.
Martin.
A pee bucket.
A bucket?
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're watching Twitch streamers going for 7 hours, you'll never know when they're peeing or when they're not. They can just be gaming and peeing at the same time. No one will know.
Wouldn't you hear the trickle?
No, you get like a tube system going up.
While we're on the subject, do you guys pee standing up or sitting down?
Depends on if I want to be on my phone.
Martin refuses to answer. He's embarrassed. All right, y'all.
Or if it's a public
My
toilet,
mom's gonna watch this.
Same. If it's a public toilet, always standing up. If it's at home, I actually sit down because I don't like the splash factor. I don't want pee droplets everywhere. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Oh, okay. Timer. For some reason, I closed the timer window because I'm a dummy. All right, here we go. 20 minutes on the clock, gentlemen. Let's put our finishing touches down. 3, 2, 1. Commence. I forgot to share our screens. Oh, Martin, I'm seeing a lot of typos on yours.
You know, there's a timer, Adrian. I'm writing like I'm running out of time. Also, I'm making words up. Fantasy characters, yo.
You've been spending too much time with me, Martin.
You can never spend too much time with you, Adrian. You're adorable.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. What a dish, what a doll. <clears throat> 11 minutes. Yes, Richard, you already told us about your novel. Maybe you forgot because you've been in and out. 150K. Yes, my book is 150K. No, I will not cut the damn story because it's a good one. Ask Martin. He actually read it. Unlike you, Richard.
I mean, I did say at the time it could move a bit faster.
Yeah, you did say that. Way to have my back, Martin. Way to have my back.
I'm just waiting to be wowed by the cover.
It'll get there eventually, my friend. It's not ready until I'm wowed by the cover.
Your poor cover artist. I feel so bad for them. They're going to have a lot of tears and a lot of sleepless nights.
Not at all. I have faith in her. She's going to do great. Martin, the character that the author killed, male or female?
Female.
I'm glad I asked.
I think I'm done.
I'm feeling very close to that as well. We got 7 minutes left.
I need the 7 minutes.
Go for it, Mikey. You don't mind if I call you Mikey, do you? I've never asked.
No, not at all.
Fantastic.
Can I call you Adrian?
No. Short for Adrian is Ian. Future reference.
Ah, so that's where Ian comes from.
IAN. Indeed.
Thanks, Ian. Didn't know that.
Here we go. I used to make people call me that in high school when I was having identity crisis.
coming up with alternative names for social media reminded me of Price War, the new Dickie Holiday, and I think we've done as good a job as he has.
Well, we've yet to edit and read this thing, so that remains to be seen next week. Pee the damn story. Oh, this is back when we were talking about pee. A catheter?
I was thinking, if you ever wanted to go into the helicopter industry, you could start a new channel, Chinooks by Adrian.
Okay.
How much time we got?
4 minutes on the dot.
I think I'm
cool.
1 or 2 lines away from done.
Cool. I think I am officially done. Type
now.
We've lost Martin.
Dude,
Ran for his life.
Silhouette is a hard fucking word to type. Spell.
Indeed. Richard, why do you feel Mike is trolling you? What's he doing? Did you hear that Martin giggle in the distance? Two and a half minutes, Mikey. Welcome back, Marty.
Thanks, Ian.
Okay, I'm done.
Fantastic. With 2 minutes to spare, you are a consummate professional. I love it. All right, gentlemen. Final word counts. I believe I am at just over 1,200.
1082.
Not bad. Mikey?
2488.
Attaboy. You're going to get us as close as possible to that actual word count goal. All right. We did it. We wrote the damn story. Next week.
Thank you for watching. We will...
In a minute. Next week, we edit this bad boy together. Let's talk a little bit about that so we're ready for it for next week. The way I envisioned it is kind of the hand the paper over to your right type deal. I would edit probably Martin's. Martin's would edit Mike's, and Mike's would edit mine, or some other combination thereof. Maybe all on the same document, maybe all on separate document. I don't know how we're going to do it. You guys let me know. Think about it over the week. We'll figure it out on the day, yada, yada, et cetera, et cetera. What do you guys think?
I'm down for...
I'm sure you guys are fine. You don't need editing.
You know, if last volume is any example of Martin's editing style, he's not going to do much. he's just going to be like, oh, this is very well written, and just leave it as is. So I hope that that's not going to actually happen this time, and he actually edits it.
I'll just go through and change everything in Mike's scene to be nice, and they just have a nice cup of tea and some crumpets. It was all a misunderstanding, and there's no horror at all.
They just sit down and hash it all out like adults.
Yeah.
Hilarious. All right. Okay. Very good. Very good. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because it is no longer needed. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about it. You guys feeling pretty good about your sections?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I faded to black at the right time.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All
I've
right.
actually
Well,
been able to get much writing done lately, so this has been delightful.
well, fantastic. I'm glad to hear that we could help you in that regard. How about the chat? How did your writing turn out? I finished editing chapter 1. I had been putting that off for the past week. Look at us just helping writers all around. Beautiful. I love it. That's why we do what we do. Okay.
We should
Well-
have like an A-team style show where we just go from town to town helping writers we meet.
In a white van. Eventually
Should we
getting
do
pulled over.
like a overview of what we wrote, or should we save that for the next episode?
I think we'll probably save that for the next episode since
All
we
right.
only have about 15 minutes left. We'll probably just wrap it up a little early today.
right.
Next episode, though, we're going to dive right into the editing process, probably give each other a good 2 sprints to get that done, and then spend the rest of the episode actually reading it, the finished product.
All right.
Should be fun. All right, let's begin our outros. Michael.
Thanks for having me, guys. Lots of fun. If you want to check my stuff out, I've not been active on like Instagram, TikTok, all that. But Amphetamine Daydreams on Substack. And I have a lot of free stories on there and like audiobooks that I narrated myself. Lots of free stuff. So if you want to check that out, feel free to check that out.
Lovely, lovely. Martin, say goodbye to the people.
Thanks for having us always. McMurdo Rift Book 2, McMurdo Triangle by Bradley Lejeune, currently on Amazon if you're into your space opera, and why wouldn't you be? Is a lot of fun, and we will be back next time for some editing shenanigans.
Indeed, we will. And for those of you who have not yet purchased it, 99 cents ebook. It comes with the short story lead in to the upcoming novel, Mythic Shadow of the Spark. It also includes 3 sample chapters from that novel, which are not currently available anywhere else. Look at how beautiful and shiny it is. I made this myself
Look at it
using
shine.
AI art. Yes. I pulled a mic and did it with AI art. And I'm very proud of how it turned out. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here, for joining us. I hope that you got some writing done. I hope that you enjoyed the whole thing. Join us next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Right on, writers. We is out.